Hello students. Now I'm here again with you with a new topic that's I already described a little bit in previous topic. I have already told to you that we have three ways to solve a quadratic equation. Okay? First I've already discussed with you. Now second method is there, that is solving quadratic equations by completing the square. So today we are going to learn how we will solve the quadratic equation by completing the square method. Okay, so let's start. Now just some examples in front of you. I'm giving you. You can see these are the perfect square trinomials. How? See, x square plus 6x plus 9. So you can see it is followed the a plus b whole square, not because 9 is the whole square of 3. So we can see, we can write it x whole square plus 3 whole square and plus 6x can be described as 2 into 3 into x. Okay, it means it is a perfect square, that is x plus 3 whole square. Okay, same thing for the second one, that is also here, that is x square minus 10x plus 25. So it is the whole square of x minus 5 whole square. Okay, same thing here, x square plus 12x plus 36. So it is the whole square of x plus 6 whole square. So these are perfect square trinomials. Okay, but we are going to learn the method completing square method. Okay, so now how we can create a perfect square trinomial. Sometimes you can see in the quadratic equation, given equation is not a perfect square trinomial. So how we can convert into a perfect square trinomial? So what the we see the example 1, in the following perfect square trinomial the constant term is missing. See here, it is given a x square plus 14x. So x is the whole square of x is the whole square of what is the whole square of x, that is x square. Okay, and 14x can be written as 2 into 7 into x. So we have what the things we have, a square having plus 2ab having, but we are missing constant term, that is b square. So what can be b square? Find the constant term by squaring half. See how we will find the constant term. Find the constant term by squaring half the coefficient of the linear term. So what is the coefficient of linear term? That is 14 x. 14 is the linear term, coefficient of linear term. So what is the half of 14? That is 7, because 14 upon 2, that is 7. So the square of 7 is 49. So how we will find out the constant term here? The rule is there, constant term by squaring half the coefficient of the linear term. So first we need to search the linear term, then we will divide linear term by 2, then we will do the square of that 1. That's after that we can find out the constant term. So what will be the constant term here? Here it will be 49, because 14 upon 2, that is 7, and square of 7, that is 49. So we can write x square plus 14x plus 49, and we can see it is the whole square of x plus 7 whole square. Okay, now see, now the some work for you. Create perfect square trinomials. First is that you need to create the perfect square trinomial. So it is given here x square plus 20x. Okay, so 20 is given there, so 20 upon 2, that is 10. 20 upon 2, that is 10, and square of 10, 100. So what will be here? Here it will be 100, and 4 is there, 4 upon 2, that is also 2, so 2 to the 4, and 5 upon 2, so you can write in a it will be in decimal. Directly we are writing 5 upon 2 means 25 upon 4. So these are the perfect square, by that we can solve. Okay, now solving quadratic equations by completing the square. How we will solve and what are the steps you need to see here. Solve the following equation by completing the x square. This is the question given to you. Question is here, x square plus 8x minus 20 is equal to 0. We can see here this equation is not a perfect square. So what the first step required to solve this one? Move quadratic term and linear term to left side of the equation. It means there are the three terms. One is quadratic term, that is x square. Linear term, that is 8x. Linear term you already know, whose variable power is 1. Okay, so 8x is there. So we are moving one side, left side, quadratic term and linear term, and constant term towards right side. So what we have done, x square plus 8x is equal to 20. Now any problem is there? I think no. After that, what we will do? Step 2, find the term that completes the square on the left side of the equation. Find the term that completes the square on the left side of the equation. Add that term to both sides. Now, just I have already told to you how we will find out the constant term is not given. You need to divide by 2 and take the square of the coefficient of the linear term. So what is the coefficient of the linear term is here? That is 8. Okay, and we need to divide by 8. 2. So 8 upon 2, that is 4, and square of 4, 16. So we got the 16. So we are adding both side 16. Okay, we are adding both side 16. So x square plus 8x plus 16 and 20 plus 16. So you know beta, x square plus 8x plus 16 is the whole square of x plus 6 whole square. Sorry, x plus 4 whole square. It is the whole square of x plus 4. How you know? A square plus b square plus 2ab. So we can write x minus 4, x minus 4. We can write it? No, because we will write here x plus 4 and x plus 4. It is minus minus written over here. So it will be, because it is the whole square of x plus 4 whole square. So we will write here x plus 4 and x plus 4. Okay, that is 36. And so it will become x minus x plus 4 whole square is equal to 36. Got it? Again I am telling you, factor the perfect square trinomial on the left side of the equation, simplify the right side of the equation. It means what the first was given, it was given there x square plus 8x is equal to 20. First we have find out constant term by dividing and squaring of the coefficient of linear term. That we can, by that we can find out the constant term. So constant term 16 is coming here. Okay, constant term 16 is coming here. Then x square plus 8x plus 16 is equal to 20 plus 16. Then after we are adding both sides 16. So it is the x square, x plus 4 whole square. It is the x plus 4 whole square. So we can write x plus 4 whole square, x plus 4 is equal to 36. X plus 4 is equal to 36. And now we can write x plus 4 whole square is equal to 36. Okay, so after that what we will do, see here. Now we are take the square root of each side. What the things we have got in previous one, we have got x plus 4 whole square is equal to 36. Now we need to taking under root of both sides. So under root x plus 4 whole square is equal to 30 under root 36. So in that case square and root will be cancelled. So x plus 4 and 36 under root plus minus 6. Why we are writing here plus minus 6? You need to understood this one, because the whole square of plus 6 also 36 and whole square of minus 6, that is also 36. That's why we are writing here plus minus 6, because plus 6 is also 36 and minus 6 is also 36. Okay, now last step is there, set up the two possibilities and above. Beta, we have written here x plus 4 is equal to plus minus 6. So we are transposing plus 4 towards the right side. So it will be x is equal to minus 4 plus minus 6. So one time we will take plus and another time we need to take minus. So x is equal to minus 4 minus 6, that is minus 10, and x is equal to minus 4 plus 6, that is 2. So we got the two answer. X is equal to minus 10 and x is equal to 2 by the completing square method. Okay, now solve the following equation by completing the square. Example 2 for you. Question is given if 2x square minus 7x plus 12 is equal to 0. So again same thing is here. Move quadratic term and linear term towards left side and right side. So what we have done, we have moved 12 towards the right side. So it was positive, now it is the negative. 2x square minus 7x is equal to minus 12. Okay, now it is 2x square and we need to we don't want to any kind of coefficient with the quadratic term. So what is the quadratic term? Find the term that completes the square on the left side of the equation at that term, and the quadratic coefficient must be equal to 1. That's the condition. That's I am telling you again. If any coefficient is given with the quadratic term, so we need to remove that coefficient because we need to require the coefficient of quadratic term is 1. The quadratic coefficient must be equal to 1. So what we can do, we need to divide this equation by 2 because coefficient is here 2. So 2x square upon 2 minus 7x upon 2 plus w. W is the, we need to find w. What is the w here? Okay, minus 12 upon 2 and plus w, because we cannot add only one side, so we are adding w both side. Okay, so why we are dividing by 2? Because it is the condition the coefficient of quadratic term must be 1, but here is it is the 2, that's why we are dividing by 2. Now 2 and 2 cancel. Okay, so x square minus 7 upon 2x plus w is equal to minus 6 plus w. Okay, that's I already told you how we will find out the constant term. The if when the coefficient of linear term divided by 2, and after that we need to take the square of that one. In that way we can find out the constant term. So 7 upon 2, so when you will divide 7 upon 2 by 2, so it will become 7 upon 4, and whole square of 7 upon 4 is 49 upon 16. So we can add 49 upon 16 both sides. That's why we are adding 49 upon 16 both sides. So x square minus 7 upon 2x plus 49 upon 16 minus 6 and plus 49 upon 16. Okay, now again it is the whole square of x square minus 7 upon 2x plus 49 upon 16. It is the whole square of x minus 7 upon 4 whole square. Okay, and here we need to solve by LCM. 16 6 is 96 plus 49 upon 16. So minus 96 plus 49, that is minus 47 upon 16, and x minus 7 upon 4 whole square. Okay, got it? Because it is the whole square of that one. Again, what is the third step is there? We need to take the under root of these one. We need to take the under root of this one. Okay, see here. Now we are taking under root x minus 7 upon 4 whole square and minus under root 47 upon 16. So we cannot find out the under root of minus. Okay, so that's why we are taking here I is a complex number, because value of I is minus under root 1, so that's we are taking. But you need to no need to write this one. Simply you can leave it here. I am showing this one, but no need to write this one. Simply, okay, simply this is not for you, but just I am telling you for the explanation. Okay, so simply x minus 7 upon 4 is equal to plus minus under root minus 47 upon 4. Okay, otherwise you can transpose minus 7 upon 4 towards the right side. You can write it like this: x is equal to minus 7 upon 4. So it will be 7 upon 4 positive. So 7 upon 4, and what is here? Plus minus under root minus 47 and upon 4. Otherwise directly you can take, because both the denominators are equal, directly you can write x is equal to 7 plus minus under root 40 plus minus under root minus 47 upon 4. This is the answer of this one. Okay, so this is the method to solve a quadratic equation by completing square method. Now there's some reliable questions for you. Answers I'm also giving to you. What the answers are there? And I we are using for the value of under root minus 1. What the small I is here? I is equal to minus under root 1. If you are writing here minus under root 3, that is also right. So no need to confuse. I is equal to, again I am repeating, I is equal to minus, sorry, under root minus 1. This is the value of I. Okay. And also homework is with the NCERT exercise, that is the next exercise for you. You need to solve them. If any kind of doubt is there, so you can ask to me. Okay, everybody. Okay, thank you everyone and have a nice day.